Hello, I'm Tammy Braswell, the vibrational goddess of Create by Vibration, and let's talk about the ego. I know that in many spiritual teachings and spiritual development information, we're told that we want to get rid of the ego. I don't know how many people say that to me. Oh, I need to get rid of my ego. The ego is part of the human experience. It's like taking out our gallbladder and our appendix. Maybe that's okay on some level. We won't die from it, but it's there for a reason. I don't believe the source from which we came just stuck a bunch of organs in us to say, hey, later on, if you got nothing better to do, take them out. They all have a purpose. So does our ego. Now, our ego, we can't extract like that. And by the way, vibrationally, any organs that are ever removed still energetically are there. So I think that is what upholds that space still, even when we think physically it's okay to remove them. But our ego isn't going anywhere. It is the part of us, the human part, that has the passion, the drive, the incentive to want to experience more. Our soul, our spiritual side already knows that everything is well, everything is good, all is perfect. We have everything that we ever need, want, or desire, being the spiritual being that we are. But on the human experience side, the ego helps us to want to experience life, want to experience physical reality. And so the ego is significant. It's not meant to be gotten rid of. And it really isn't a hindrance. It's only how you want to look at the ego as to whether or not it is a problem, if you want to say that. Now, I've come to know that there is the fear-based ego and the empowered ego. So the fear-based ego is the one that will tell you it's the lower vibrational side of the ego that will say, "Oh, you can't do that." It gives you all the reasons why not and can'ts and don'ts and stops wants to stop you. But then there's the empowered side to the ego. That's the higher side of it that supports you. And it's kind of like talking to a person and helping them to understand why you want to do something. So when you let your ego, that part of you that comes up and tells you why not, know why you are doing this or why you want to do this or how it can be successful because in the past you've done this, and this, and it's all turned out okay. It's the side that just kind of is meant to help keep you safe, right? By saying, oh, well, don't venture too far out of your comfort zone. Now, the empowered side of your ego will say, yeah, we can do this. Yes, we can take these actions. We can have a result that we want because we have before. So it's which one do you want to pay more attention to? I guess it's even that angel devil on your shoulder kind of thing that people talk about. The lower side would be the little devil sitting on your one shoulder saying, "No, don't do that." And the higher empowered side would be the angel saying, "Yes, we can, because we know that we're divine beings and that we are able to do these kinds of things and we are capable of doing these kinds of things." So it isn't about getting rid of your ego, it's working with your ego from the higher side to help support you in making choices, not living in the fear-based one of saying no to things or no, that can't happen, or no, we don't have what it takes to be that, because you are fully capable of experiencing anything you want to experience. Yes, you have to step into those new aspects of yourself, the new version of yourself that will be different than where you are and who you are right now. You have evolved your entire life in the physical way from an infant to who you are now, and spiritually, emotionally, mentally, on all those levels, you have evolved in those as well to where you are now. So it's about looking at which side of the ego you want to play with. And it's not right or wrong either side that you play with whenever you choose to, but it's deciding which one helps you to get to the result that you want to have now. So if you want to experience more, then work with the higher side, the empowered side of your ego that will help uplift you, remind you the why you can rather than the why you can't, which is the lower fear based side. So I would invite you to not look at the idea that you want to get rid of your ego. It's not going anywhere. You cannot remove it. It's not like an appendix or gallbladder that you can just dig out. It's there for this lifetime. So you can work with it in a healthy way to have it support you and remind you why you can do the things you can, or you can have it set in that fear based place telling you why you can't. But either way, it's going to remain there. And so shifting how you look at it, how you work with the energy of it, and how you move forward from it will give you different results and different experience and perception and perspective of your life than setting in a way that has you feeling fearful. And to help support you in that, I invite you to join us in the higher consciousness circle, which is all about being in a high vibrational space so that you can uphold that higher side of your ego, that empowered side, and be reminded in those moments when you dip into the contrast, which is okay because contrast lets you know where you're at. If you don't know that there's a lower point, then how do you know you're in the higher point or that you're just riding the middle? So, being in a space where others can help support you, remind you, and that you can actively participate in that energy, in all the activities, we'll call them, that are available in the higher consciousness circle, weekly energy exercises, sessions, lives. Um, that help you really stay in that high vibrational energy, higher vibrational awarenesses, consciousness, perspectives, ways of looking at your life. So when that little lower fearful ego bubbles up, you can let it know that it doesn't have a place because you're standing in your empowered side of your ego and knowing that you are held in this kind of energy that helps build that strength within you to stand in the empowered ego. And instead of looking at it like you want to get rid of something, you embrace it and love it and play with it the way that it's capable of interacting with you and supporting you instead of uh, being in a fearful place of needing to get rid of it. So, I'd love to have you join us in the higher consciousness circle. Come check it out. Play with us in that space. Live in that high vibrational energy, the higher perspective side that helps you to continue to expand and up level in your life and in the way that you view your life and in the experiences you have in your life. The information will be below the video that you can access and just click on the link and join us there. And also, I want to remind you to subscribe to my station if you want to continue to receive these videos and be the first to uh, receive them when they come out. There's a subscription button, and if you hit the little bell, it'll show you what a version or how frequently you want to receive them, all of them, some of them. So I invite you to receive all of them, and then you can start to really shift your mindset, shift your awareness, shift your consciousness, and be living a life that you really love creating the way you want it to be. Again, I'm Tammy Braswell. Thank you so much for joining me here. Until the next time.